Hello, Mark and Jodie from the Temple Space. We just got some questions and answers about the gentle resonance technique for people who are on the course, and those who aren't, maybe find out more about it from this, whatever. But the first thing I want to mention is meditation. There's a myth around it, the myth of meditation, that it makes you feel good. Generally, when you become still through meditation, that stillness makes the stuff come up. Call it sankhara in Buddhism, and it's your crap, and that's what makes things uncomfortable. And it's also why people don't really do meditation. They want to, but they don't do it. We invented the gentle resonance, developed it, because it introduces sound, and singing, as we all know, makes us feel good. Not that you have to sing in the gentle resonance, but the use of sound, the connection between your belly, where all your feelings are, and the throat, and allowing that out, is what gentle resonance is all about. And it's the subtleties that are really important to learn, and I think people don't get that at first. So it's all about the sound and releasing your emotions through the sound. But bear in mind, meditation is not fun, it's uncomfortable, and if you're doing meditation properly, it's painful. Gentle resonance balances that out with sound, use of sound.
It does.
How can it help me? Well, the main thing about gentle resonance, I've done years of Vipassana, which is brilliant, but you can't do Vipassana when you're at home. You have to go to a retreat, so it's useless for me, because I need something to do every day. Again, why the gentle resonance was developed was because it's something you can do while you're washing up, while you're driving the kids to school, while you're wouldn't do it watching TV, but while you're working, all sorts of things. So you don't have to schedule meditation time again, and that is the plus. The thing I would say, someone did it, they listened to the course while they were trying to manage their kids and had the TV on in the background, and then said, I didn't really understand it. And I was like, well, you didn't make the space. It's going to take an hour to learn it. Once you've learned it, then you can do it all the time, and any time. But when you first learn it, you need to get your space. You don't want the kids around, you don't even want them in another room. You need to find that space so you can tune in and get focused. It just is sensible, but it clearly needs mentioning. So don't do this, don't do the lessons until you have space on your own and no one's going to bother you and disturb you.
Like that.
That's okay. So yeah, be alone, take the time to focus, listen through the main bit. You only need to listen to all the bump and the history and the stuff like that once. Then the main bit at the end, which is where you're being taught the technique, I recommend listening through that a couple of times at different occasions, and you'll be left in, you keep your membership, so go back another time and listen to just that bit, because that's the guts of it all.
And you'll find too that after you've been doing it for a little while, it's like we get something.
So keep going,
yeah.
Pick it up.
You get something new each time we listen to things. It's the same as you can read a book and then read a book a second time and get something new. So the same with listening to that, as what Mark's saying. After you've been doing it for a little while, you get something new out of the bit at the end. And
it's always evolving. Like the way I do it now is different to how I did it in the beginning. So once you get the key techniques, you've got it for life, and it's really, I can't big it up enough. It's just going to allow you to evolve with it and change with it, and you can meditate all day every day if you want. But anyway, learn it properly. It's about connecting to your belly, your gut, your feeling to the sound when you're letting the sound out. That is the key, the crux of it. If you haven't got that, then anyway, we need to talk. Yeah, and that's another thing I'm offering, Skype Sessions. You won't need long, but just to check in with me that you're doing things right. If you feel you're not doing it right or not getting a benefit from it, then contact Jodie or myself, and we'll arrange a Skype session. It's just a short one, but I bet it will help you to key it in properly. We did find some people didn't really understand it fully the first time, so I guess people need the information in different ways. It is really simple though, there's nothing simpler, it's just understanding the key concepts to it. Another one was, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Making noises. Well, what can you say to that? There's a lot of things that are a lot weirder that we do nowadays in the 21st century, but yeah, I get your point. If you want to run around grunting and making grunty weird noises and you find that weird, then yeah, it is weird. You don't have to make grunty noises. I just like to do that because it is weird.
But you can hum. You can hum. It can sound
sing.
like you're
It's
singing.
singing.
It sounds like you're singing. Mark
Because
does
you're
it all the
fucking
time.
happy.
And
It makes you
people
happy.
think he's singing. They say, "Oh yeah, look at you. You're so happy." You don't have to make any noise if you don't want to. But it is part of it.
The difference is you're not singing Miley Cyrus. You're not going, I'm a happy person, all this shit. Oh, sorry, all that stuff. It's the way you're doing it is very different, and that is the key. So you're like, it's about where you're focusing and stuff like that. So you're not singing lyrics and happying yourself. You're actually doing a technique which is getting into the guts of you. That's the difference.
It's the vibration that's in there, and then it's in here, and
Yeah.
it's the sound that vibration makes, whatever that sounds like to you. So like Mark said, it's not Miley Cyrus, but it could be a high sound if it's the what
Can
sound.
be if you want.
Yeah, if it's the sound you like.
Yeah, so I bet. Yeah, okay, so it seems weird, can't do it. You can even do it quietly. I actually sometimes I've had to do it quite quietly, and I've realised I'm just opening the throat and allowing the energy to come through, and it's almost like a breathy, silent scream that I'm doing. The breath in is really important too, but we talk about that on the technique. Someone said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not naming any names, but it's like some of the things you get. Some people have 7 objections, don't they? We learned about this, but there's resistance. There's a reason why your mind is resisting it. That sounds a little bit Dr. Evil, doesn't it? But there's we resist sometimes the things that are best for us, and we find excuses. And if you really want to learn this and you really want to benefit from it, and you've gone on the course, the Gentle Resonance course, and you still can't do it, please have a Skype session with me. I won't be nasty to you, promise, but I'll help find out what that point of resistance is. Meditation, there's no better way to learn it. I've done so much, done it for so many years, that it irks me that I can't give it to everyone right now and make everyone do it. The whole world would be happy, promise. Anyway, well, any more input from you, Joe? I think I'm done.
I think too, people think of meditation and they think it's going to be really bad, or they think it's going to be really hard, or they think they can't do it. Yeah, it is. But they think all of these things about it. We have all these ideas about it, and as an adult, when we learn something new, we expect to be good at it like that because we forget what it was like when we were a little kid learning something new. So give yourself some time with this too. It's like I'm learning to ride a scooter at the moment. I can't go do it one go. I just can't. If I made myself, I'd crash. This is the same thing. You just need to take the time it takes. But you'll get there, just like you have with every other thing you've done that you've given time to in your lifetime. And
you know what I think that is, Joe? It's the same thing as I come across with drumming. People start drumming and then they stop. So it's not. It's about keep going with it. And with the Gentle Resonance, you can do it when you're washing up. So you can schedule it into your day. So you're doing it while you're doing other things. So it's not going to impact you. Yeah, Skype session. I really recommend at the end of it a Skype session with me or Joe to just talk through about where you're at with it, what you experience from it, and just to help you understand what it can be and what it can do for you in your life. And there's one other subject, which is I was so happy about this because I didn't even think about it initially, and we started to realise that this is good for kids. And the best way to teach it to your kids is not to teach it directly, but once you've learnt it, just introduce it using the heart resonance in the car on the way to school or whatever. Joe, have a chat with them about that because you're more of a kid person than me, let's face it.
Yeah. So someone had mentioned, can you do this with your kids? And the answer is yes, you can. You can start from the moment that they're in your belly and we're playing music to our kids when they're in our tummies and all of those kind of things, and you get used to the sound that is being made and all of those kind of things, and the kids actually find it a soothing practice because it's the soundtrack that's in. It's like a lullaby kind of thing, and then as they grow it can be something that you do together. So those car trips where you got the kids going crazy in the background, You put your Heartscape soundtrack on, which is the music that goes with the meditation, and the kids start doing it. They are just mirroring everything that you do anyway. So it's really, really easy to teach them. And then you got these real zen little kids running around the place.
And also the sound anchors in.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially to a kid. So when it's going to help in calming them or whatever, but it's going to give them a good head start in life. So when it comes time that they need meditation, because they're stressed out as you were, they're already going to know it.
Perhaps this will prevent them from getting to that place because they've actually had a little tool along the way that they've used. But,
anyway,
yeah.
I hope this helps. I really recommend a Skype session just to clear any questions up. If you have any questions, contact us. We're more than happy to answer. The gentle resonance, it could save your life.
It's on the website.
No joke. You can't meditate. If you can't do Vipassana at home or can't do Vipassana because it's 10 days, do this. Right on.
Right on.